So you know, I harp on it all the time. You got to check the frame rails, and this one was an absolute pristine. We call them California frame rails, where they ride in the sand out there in New England with the rocks. I would have been bashed to bits like with a ball peen hammer. You know, not uncommon to see 7, 8 big ball peen hammers, and sometimes it's completely flattened frame rails, which is bad because they're hollow core. So this frame was pristine. The original wheels are nice and straight. All the original cycle parts on the bike, the radiators, everything's the radiators aren't all bent up. So this bike was never cartwheeled down the track or beat up. It was probably trailing, you know, woods ridden or something, but or in the pits. But definitely to have a frame rail that clean, that's the starting point. Speaking of starting points,
Class of 1987, buddy. It's a wheelie monster.
Guys, feast your eyes on the class of 1987 Yamaha YZ125. These are very, very few and far between to find in this condition because this is what we call a comprehensive frame off restoration. I've got a 7-page work order with 4 pages of parts here. Parts alone totaled $4,599, 50.5 hours of shop labor, and months of time working on it on and off, gathering all the parts. It was given a full, complete nut and bolt restoration, taken right down to the frame. The frame was sent out and powder coated. The shock spring was powder coated. Starting at the front of the bike, you can see the original wheel is in good condition. You don't want to do a bike like this unless you have a good core bike. You have to have a mint frame with no dents in the frame rails and nice straight original wheels, a bike that wasn't hammered, and that's a good starting point to do a frame off restoration. I would never put this much work into one that was previously destroyed. So this is a good core bike. The front wheel was rebuilt. The hub was clean and painted, vapor blasted and painted. It has new wheel bearings. The tire is brand new, as you can see. Still got the hairy nubs on it. New tube, new rim strip, new rim lock. These are the original 1986 date-coded DID Takasago rims right here. Takasago 21 by 1.6 DOT. See, this is 1986 right there. Still has the original gold coating on there. It's got some patina on it, but hey, that's the original rim, and it's straight. The forks were completely rebuilt with new fork seals, new springs, new fork rubbers, rubber boots, new front fender, new front brake cable, new brake cable holder. The front number plate's brand new. The bars are brand new. Gold Renthal bars with the red and white crossbar pad. Really sexy looking bike. Brand new ODI grips. Brand new clutch lever and perch and clutch cable. New kill switch. New complete throttle assembly. The master cylinder was completely rebuilt. The caliper was completely rebuilt with all new brake pads and, of course, new brake fluid. Front brake lever is brand new. The fuel tank is brand new. The radiator shrouds are brand new. The seat and seat cover and seat foam are brand new, as is the rear fender and the side number plates. The graphics is original graphics. The bike looks like it just came out of the box in 87 with some nice upgrades, including the gold chain, brand new sprockets on here, front and rear with all new Renthal sprocket, new gold chain, all new hardware on the sprocket, new hardware everywhere on the bike. The original wheel set is in good condition. That was completely rebuilt with the hub repainted. The original gold hoop is in good shape. You can see new wheel bearings and new wheel seals, new chain adjusting hardware, new axle, new chain block, new hardware for that, new chain slider, upgraded to the oversized pegs, new chain rollers, top and bottom. Airbox is completely rebuilt and refinished with all new hardware and a new air filter, new shock guard. The I'll get to the engine last, but the engine was given a full crank up rebuild. The shock is completely rebuilt with a new shock bumper, new powder coated spring, new nitrogen, new seals on the shock. That was rebuilt just like the forks. Let's go around the other side and take a look here. You can see it has. We're gonna do it. We'll take it off the stand and show you the bottom of the frame rail too in a minute. The original swing arm is in excellent condition, as is the brake arm. The rear brakes are completely rebuilt with all new hardware and new brake pads, new chain adjuster, as you can see on this side. Brand new Dunlop rear tire. Just ridden up and down the driveway a couple times. A couple of things that aren't. The one thing I know that's not finished on the bike is we actually have a brand new reproduction shock sticker being. I think Christie's making the shock sticker in-house. I'm not really sure. Either way, Devin assured me he's putting a new shock sticker on it. You can see it has a brand new shock guard here, new drain spigot thingamajig here. The original carb was completely rebuilt. It's got a brand new air filter. Now we get to the magic of the bike, the engine. Engine was given a full comprehensive crank up rebuild, meaning that the cases were split. They were vapor blasted and refinished, repainted, and then the bike was reassembled after inspecting the transmission. All the gears are perfect. The clutch is brand new. The crank bearings are brand new. The crank seals are brand new. Every gasket, every seal, and all the bearings on this engine are new. New kicker seal, new shifter seal, new intake boot, new reed valves, new carb drain lines. In addition to the whole fuel system's brand new. Fuel tank, fuel petcock, fuel lines, fuel drain lines, and the carb's completely rebuilt. Engine was, again, crank up rebuilt. The whole bottom end, everything's new in the bottom end. All the bearings, seals, and gaskets on the engine are new. The water pump was rebuilt. New silicone red radiator hoses. The engine was rebuilt, bored with a new Wasner piston, new rings, new top end bearing, circlips, and everything's brand new on the inside of the engine. The outside of the engine has been completely restored and painted. As you can see, all the hardware on the engine is beautiful, and the bike's is absolutely stunning condition. The only glitches on it right now, cosmetically, are the original shock sticker, which is getting replaced, of course. And the original pipe was restored, but it does have a couple of dings in it. As you can see on this side, it was a little dinged up. And a couple dings on the bottom, pretty common for any off-road bike. You could have PFR. I was talking to Devin, the tech that did the resto, and I said, if I could do it over, I would order a cone pipe from PFR and do the Works edition, where we polish it and then blue it, and then maybe a little more aggressive sounding baffle, because this baffle is really quiet, or maybe like a Pro Circuit Shorty silencer or something like that to give it that real bark, because the stock system is kind of restrictive. Original radiators are in good condition. You can see all the radiator hoses, radiator fluid is new. All of the coolant is new. All of the fluids in the bike are obviously new. The gear oil, the fork oil, the shock oil, the brake fluid, everything's new on the bike, and it's been completely gone through. As far as the work order is concerned, I'm going to read this off to you because I might have missed a couple things. I did forget to mention, these are brand new Buchanan spokes, special ordered, and the hubs were vapor blasted and repainted before they were reassembled. Of course, the rear has a new tube, new rim strip, and new rim lock also. I got to go on the parts list with you because I might have forgot a couple things. New swing arm bearing kit. First two lines I forgot, so good thing I'm going to read off this. New swing arm bearing kit, new rear wheel bearings, new clutch cover, new fuel tank. That was $300 alone. New front sprocket, new rear sprocket. We replaced the carburetor with a good used original. The shock oil is new AMS oil, shock therapy oil. We zinc coated every nut and bolt on this bike that's not brand new, and a lot of these are the original bolts. It was sent out and professionally zinc coated by Moto Blast. That was $225. The master cylinder was rebuilt, has a new Renthal bar pad, has new bar clamps holding the bars on, new chain guide, new handlebars, new hose clamps, new radiator louvers. Those are the protectors on the front of the radiators. New clutch cable, new throttle cable. The rear shock, we actually replaced that too. The original one had some issues with the shock shaft, so we bought a good used rear shock from an 87 YZ125 and completely rebuilt it. The seat foam was new. The silencer was $260 from DEP. Very expensive silencer. New domino throttle, that was $70. A lot of expensive components on here. New hand grips, new brake shoes, new brake pads, front and rear, new radiator louver and sprocket guard, new seat cover, and new decals from Evo MX, excuse me. New chain roller, new kill switch, new radiator hoses, new shock seal head. Front and rear tubes are new. Front and rear rim strips and wheel locks are new. Spokes front and rear are new. New tires, new tubes, new lock nuts, new rear wheel collar, new caliper rebuild kit, new clutch lever and perch, new chain slider, new pipe mounts, new coolant, brake fluid, and gear oil. Now, let me just show you this work order here. This is page 1, page 2, complete page, full page of parts, page 3, and page 4. And then ask yourself, if you buy that Facebook Marketplace YZ125 in good original condition, you want to do a frame off to this extent and send everything out and have it zinc plated, send it out and have a powder coater, how long do you think it would take you to even figure out where to order all these parts from and wait for them to come in and assume that they're all right the first time? When I put down 50 hours on a work order, that's just the time the tech was spinning wrenches on this thing. It doesn't count months of dreaming about it, thinking about it, waiting for the stuff to come back from zinc plating and powder coating. So that's the actual wrench spinning time was 50 hours, but it's a 4-page work order, 3 written pages, and it's 4 pages of parts and 3 fully written pages documenting what was done. So we have a 7-page work order. And if you look at it, it's 50.5 hours at $150 an hour. It's $7,575, and the parts total is $4,600. So the work order came out to $12,174, which is it's on the podium as probably it's right there in the top 10 surely of the most money we've put into a 125. But once you powder coat that frame and you start putting new components on, everything has to match. The fact that the original wheel set looks decent on this bike is indicating the low hours core bike that we started with. Also, we like to look at, I'll show you the frame rails, but look at the fork lowers, because that one is absolutely perfect. This one's in excellent condition. They usually get all ground up and beat up. This has a couple scratches on it, a little patina, but it's proof this thing, because they hung down so they used to get destroyed. Couple dings on the pipe. But other than that, like I said, that new sticker is coming on the shock, and once that shock sticker's on, it'll look like a brand new showpiece that it is. It's the only thing that we're waiting for right now. This is like the last week of winter, and it's warm out today. It's the first time we've been able to film outside in how many months? Since like December, like 3 months. So it's nice to be outside. I thought we'd take advantage of it and ride the bikes outside today instead of inside the museum getting carbon monoxide poisoning like we did all winter, but it is what it is. So yeah, come around this side again. Show them the fit and finish of the engine on this side up close and personal. I mean, this is no lipstick on a pig. This isn't a spray bomb with the engine still in the frame job. This is a complete frame off, frame up restoration where every nut and bolt was done on it. You see the engine mounts are been vapor blasted and restored also. So new hardware holding on actually, I can't tell what the new hardware is and what the original hardware is, because we sent everything out and had it zinc plated. Devin, maybe you can answer that question. What bolts on this thing are original and which ones are?
What gets sent out is stuff you can't replace, like the axles front and rear, the mid engine and pivot for the swing arm, the triple clamp bolts, upper and lower.
They look brand new. Those are originals re-zinc plated, and they have the Yamaha 9s on there, which makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. The caliper, anything big that you can't get.
I thought those were brand new, so I'm glad I asked. The beauty of restoring the original bolts, so those are all to Yamaha spec, right? So it's not like some aftermarket Chinese hardware.
Even the center there.
I thought you replaced the axle. I didn't realize it was zinc plated. So very nice. Guys, if you have any questions about the bike, give us a call. Like I said, there's over 12 grand into the restoration, including the shop labor rates and the parts. That doesn't include the cost of the bike. You're going to easily, to find a decent core, if you can find a decent core bike between 3,000 and 4,000, you did good. But a good core bike that runs, and if you want to make it a showpiece like this, well, you better have time to order 4 pages of parts, know where to get them from, and have the skill set or a good shop to do it. So it's a lot of work. This one's done. If you have any questions about it, give us a call. 860-454-7024. We can finance it. We can ship it to your door. If you had one of these in your kid and you want to put this on display in your man room, or if you want to take it and ride it at the MX Rewind this summer, well, this one's done and ready to go. Thanks for watching. God bless America.